Evokes Awareness, discover phase of CODAP, which we have gone into depth. Asking reflective questions. When I say reflective means, I am talking about meaningful, purposeful, and reflective questions, which are open-ended. Once a while in the entire session, if you ask one close-ended question, it is all right. It is not taboo. But your high majority of the questions need to be open-ended, need to be explorative in nature. So Coach Study Guide has these particular examples of the open-ended questions and all that. And your questions need to be not only on what, but also on who. Majorly on who. Because evoking awareness, the focus is on who than what. Can anyone tell me that is why the focus has to be more on who? If you remember it.
Because we are this engagement is client centric. We are working towards client's growth.
Because focusing on what will solve only this problem, focusing on who will enable them to solve such problems or make them empowered to.
The coaching is to maximize the client's personal and professional potential. That is only possible if you work on the who of the client and not on the what of the client. The what might solve the current problem or the current goal, but it's a game, right? New problems will come, new goals will come. So we want to make a lasting impact on the client's life. That transformative impact is only possible when you will work on the who of the client. That is the strength of the coaching intervention. That is how the coaching differentiates itself from the other interventions, because as a consultant, you are there to solve that particular problem. You will give that particular consultancy, that particular advice, right? But the coaching goes beyond the problem and the goal. Right? Coaching is coach the person, not the problem. That is why you focus more on the who. And of course, there are so many other reasons, but we don't have that much time, because earlier also I have repeated, hey, you are not remembering. Why the hell I will keep repeating it again and again. So the evokes awareness is also challenging perspectives. Coaching is a balance between support and challenge. It's a balance. It is not only support and it is not only challenge. It's a balance. Whenever there is a limiting belief, whenever the client is thinking myopically, you have to challenge that perspective. That is how you will evoke awareness. Not only by being goody-goody. And sharing observation without attachment. Now, what is this observation? Observation can be coach sharing knowledge. But without, see, everything is without, so without attachment is a common factor. Let the client decide whether there is something in it for the client or not. That is the choice of the client. But the observation can be knowledge, insight, emotion, feeling, some kind of inference, sharing some case study, example, story, real life example, metaphor. Empowering clients to take whatever client wants and throw away whatever client doesn't want. That is the sharing observation without attachment. And you are allowed to do that once a while, not every 5 minutes. During the session, if you think that, yes, there is a value addition here, which is possible, once a session, you can do it. Why not repeatedly? Because once the client will see this pattern, that is, if I am not in a position to come up with something, it is the coach who is anyway going to share their insight or observation. Now the client is not going to put stress. Client knows that I know coach, after every 10 minutes, the coach is going to share something and I will get what I want. No. Right? Now you are not maximizing client potential, right? So once a while, it is all right to share observation without attachment. That should not be a frequent occurrence during the session. So these are the key practices for evoking awareness in the client.